Hey there, it's Lisa with SRFaxreview.com, and today I'm reviewing SRFax. They've been in business since 2000, and I'd say that a 12-year track record is actually a pretty good sign right out of the box for any online business. They also have the most generous free trial offer I've seen yet, 60 days, although as usual, you have to provide a credit card number when you sign up, and if you don't cancel before the trial period is over, you'll be automatically rolled over to a paid account. You can also just go to their website and send a fax, up to 14 pages long, for free. You're limited to 2 free faxes per day, and the link is right down here. Now, as far as receiving faxes goes, you have 2 options. Incoming faxes are automatically sent to you as PDF or TIFF email attachments, but you also have the option of viewing them from the web interface. Sending can also be done either way, through email or through the web interface. Let's go ahead and look at the web interface first. Now, I really like that as soon as you log in, the first thing you see is this ginormous free usage indicator here telling you how many free pages you have left that month. A few other services will give you some kind of clue about how many free pages you have left, maybe in a little drop-down menu up in the corner, or just printed out in digits on your screen somewhere. But this is the first one I've seen that's really front and center like this, and I really like that. It would make it really hard to go over your usage quota without realizing it first. The interface is also pretty easy to navigate, and that's another big deal if you plan on using the interface for most of your faxing, because if there's anything that's clunky about it, it's going to get tedious fast. You can adjust your account, billing, and personal information right here. You can go up here if you want to fiddle with the interface settings, and then you do all of the actual sending and receiving right here. So let's go ahead and try it out. Bear with me just a second while I type in the target fax number right here. I'm not going to send a cover page with this transmission, but if I did, all I would have to do is check that box and then fill the information in. You also get a couple of basic choices for customizing the cover page. And then I'll just attach the document, or in this case, the image that I would like to send. And another thing I really like about the SRFax interface is the fact that you can schedule faxes right down to the half hour, as opposed to some other services where you can only schedule them according to which day you would like to send them on. The downside of that, of course, is that you're pretty much limited to a full 24 hours of scheduling range. So if you wanted to schedule a fax for, say, sending on Monday of next week, assuming today is Friday, then you wouldn't actually be able to do that. And off the fax goes. I should mention, by the way, that I've already done a round of test faxes with SRFax, and they took quite a while to arrive. So this is a second go-around just to make sure that the problem wasn't with the services I was initially faxing to. I want to find out if the slowness is on the SRFax end or not. So here I have an email to fax message set up. Again, the sending is pretty straightforward. You just address the email to the target fax number at srfax.com and make sure that you do include the country code. Oops, don't need to do that. And then you attach any documents or images that you want to make up the body of the fax. And again, off it goes. So we will eventually get email confirmation about those messages. While we're sitting back and waiting, let me go over here and tell you about their pricing. Okay, as far as pricing goes, the least expensive plan you're going to see is $329 per month, and that gets you 25 free pages each month, which is a pretty decent deal as far as low usage plans go. Your other options are $695 per month for 200 free pages, or 500 free pages at a rate of $995 per month. And if you commit to a yearly version of any of those plans, you get a small discount. It looks like it works out to a little less than 2 months for free. Also, across the board with any of these plans, if you exceed your allotment of free pages for the month, any additional pages that you send or receive that month will cost you 6 to 10 cents, depending on which plan it is that you purchased. SRFax also offers business plans that go up as high as 1,500 free pages per month at a cost of $29.95, or you can create your own custom corporate plan. Let's see, what else should you know? SRFax uses what they call a patented firewall for security, along with SSL encryption on the website. That latter is pretty standard for most online fax services. They also scan all incoming attachments, which is how your incoming faxes are delivered to your email address, with antivirus software, which is a really nice perk. They also provide 24-hour customer service, and you're allowed to authorize up to 9 email addresses for access to the personal account. If you have a business account with SRFax, you can authorize an unlimited number of users. And it's been a couple of minutes, but I see that I don't have any confirmation of those test faxes yet. So instead of making you sit here and wait with me, I'm going to put the video on pause, and I'll come back once all those confirmations are in. Okay, I'm back, and it looks like it took 3 to 5 minutes for the confirmation from the email to fax transmission that I made to arrive, and that's right here. Here's MetroFax, which is the other service I just happened to use to test this, telling me that the fax arrived, and at about the same time I got confirmation from SRFax. And by the way, I'd like to point out the quality of this image preview here. That's a lot better than you'll see with most online fax services when you send an image like this. And the fact that the rest of the page down here is blank is no fault of SRFax's. That just happens to be the size and shape of the image that I sent as part of the fax. And then up here, here's SRFax confirming that the fax I sent from the web interface went through safely. And again, I used another online fax service, in this case RapidFax, to confirm that the fax had in fact gotten to where SRFax said it had. And I'd say that the emailed fax took a good 3 to 5 minutes, if I didn't mention that already. And as you can see, the web interface fax looks like it took 5 minutes or a little bit more. So I see that SRFax is consistently a little bit slow. The good news is that their pricing is pretty darn good and their interface is great, and it does seem like the transmissions do get where they're going eventually. At the same time, I could see that lengthy transmit time being a real deal breaker for some. So if you wanted to compare some alternative fax services, I would also check out MetroFax, OneSuite, and also SFax. Although SFax doesn't offer email to fax service, they have a great HIPAA-compliant web interface that you can use instead, as well as some software options if you're on a Windows computer. You'll find reviews of those online fax services, plus dozens more, all at freefaxreview.com.